Welcome back to Normal About Dragongate. This podcast miniseries serves a couple of purposes. One, as a little midwinter snack while I take a small hiatus from my disbanded series to regroup. I made about 30 of those in a very short span of time so I could release them weekly as I worked on a ton of other projects in the meantime, both for this channel and outside of it. Two, with so many wrestling podcasts today leaning so hard into negativity and old school industry insiders, I just wanted to focus on something different. The fans. People who are enthusiastic about the product and keep coming back because they genuinely love this thing. These are all people who have contributed to this channel or helped me out in some way or another, and I wanted to hear their stories. Scheduling was kind of a nightmare because I had to coordinate time zones in Eastern Australia, New Zealand, West and East Coast North America, and at the risk of sounding like a late night talk show host, my first guest is Art, a channel member who recently took a major trip to Japan to follow Dragongate on tour, so that's most of what we'll talk about. So thank you for coming on board, and it's great talking to you.
Thank you for having me. My name's Art. I live in New Zealand. I'm a pretty new Dragongate fan.
Art, what are you listening to these days?
I've been getting back into collecting CDs again, and while I was in Japan, I managed to get a few more Shinsei Kamate-chan CDs, which is my favorite band.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that. And apart from that, I think my favorite release from this year would be, pardon my language, but Tropical Foxstorm's album, Fairyland Codex. I think that's my favorite release from this year.
Can't say I'm familiar with them, but I like the name.
No, they're great. They're kind of like a psychedelic noise rock band from Australia.
Oh, cool. Okay.
They've got a lot going on in their audio. It's really impressive.
Like lots of textures.
Yeah. The frontman Gareth has about 6 or 7 pedals in front of him at all times. It's
Oh, wow.
a lot of fun to watch their live videos.
I'll have to check that out. So you're in, you said you're in Wellington.
Yes.
Is there much of an indie scene there?
A little bit. I will admit I'm not very tuned into it just because Wellington and I guess New Zealand as a whole is very car-centric, and I don't and can't drive. So I don't have very easy access to it.
I didn't realize that about Wellington. There's not much of a transit system there.
It exists. That's all I'll say. I have been to 1 or 2 shows, and it is kind of happening.
Is that where, what is it, is Fale's promotion there?
Yeah, the New Japan Tamashi Dojo. I think they are up in Auckland.
Okay.
And I think Impact, I don't know if it's separate or the same as a regular Impact, but they run stuff in Auckland and Christchurch, which is far too out of the way for me.
Yeah, I think I was telling you I know some people on the South Island, but you're on the North, so bit of a hike for you, I think.
A little bit. And also I'm just a new wrestling fan, in the first place. Up until this year, I only really watched AEW once a week on TV. So
okay, yeah. So that's pretty much your history with wrestling then?
Yeah.
So when did you get into Dragongate specifically?
I had been kind of on the fence about it since the start of this year, just because I'd been getting deep into New Japan, and it's hard to get into more than one thing at a time, just because there's so much happening. But I got fully off the deep end into it, I'd say, in May.
Okay, so around Dead or Alive then?
Yeah, I rewatched Shun's self-produced show.
Oh, SSW Quest, yeah.
Yeah, because I had to watch the main event to see my boy Hiromu and my LAJ boys. So I gave that another shot. I was like, hang on, this is really good. I think from there I sought out your videos, and I was like, hang on, Shun is this is interesting. And then I was like, okay, let's just start keeping up with it now. And I watched the Mei Korakuen, and that was when it just clicked for me, and I stuck with it since then, and now it's my number one interest.
I find that there is sort of a linear path, and I'm not self-aggrandizing here at all. I'm just saying, I am pretty much the only person who does this on YouTube, so
yeah. No, it's awesome. It's a really good starting point, and it's definitely something that needs an entry point, just because there's such a complex
I mean, you say that,
feels
but it's
very complex.
it does. From an outsider perspective, I understand that it feels really dense, but I think once you know a little bit about the unit history and the structure of it, it's kind of like, oh, okay, it's like this all the time.
Yeah.
You start a new phase when you get these, when you get a big unit shift or a big heel turn or something like that. Aside from a couple of, instances where there's been a big war or some units merging or things like that. But yeah, that's generally the format. So I usually say anytime's a good time to get in, but there are some places where it's better than others.
I think May was also a pretty good time just because I was coming in from New Japan, and that's when Best of Super Junior was on, and Daya was there, obviously.
Yeah.
And on New Japan World, they have up like a notable match from each contestant in the tournament, and Daya's match that's up is the Dragongate one of him and Shun versus Inferno and Diamante. So that was the perfect entry
the
point,
match.
I
Okay.
think. Yeah. They've just got that up on the New Japan World like subscription site for people.
Which is really funny because there's so much previous context to that match.
Yeah.
No, it's like, and again, this is not me, like building myself up or self-aggrandizing or anything, but I keep saying that I wish that every promotion had two things. I wish that every promotion had a J, and I wish every promotion had a me, because I would love to see my type of content done for other promotions. I'd love to see like just some like New Japan super fan introducing everyone to that world, and like DDT or Noah or whatever, but also just the value of someone like Jay who has this encyclopedic knowledge of all the history. And
oh yeah, totally. Like the English commentary on Dragongate is like been great for me just because it helps catch up on a lot of things every time I tune into it.
So what's your level of Japanese speaking?
I've been studying for a long time, but it's mostly been kind of like input only. Like I'm fine with reading and writing, but listening and speaking is kind of like something I'm still working on. I wouldn't say I'm confident, but like I'm not totally clueless, I think.
I mean, I think you're probably further along than I am, because like I get by with really rudimentary conversations. Like I know the kind of the reverse of that is the Yasashi English, where like the very easy, simple like speaking, and I'm about that level in Japanese. Like the writing, I can read hiragana, katakana, kanji still escapes me for the most part.
Oh yeah, no, that never stops.
Yeah. So yeah, that's actually something I wanted to ask you about. Is who in Dragongate that you met is the most fluent, or you could have the most conversational dialogue with?
Well, first off, I didn't talk to everyone, so I can't give a thorough answer on that. But I think Kai was really good, actually.
Really? Huh?
Yeah, when I chatted with him at the signing sessions, we kind of did like 50-50 Japanese-English. And I think Shun has a decent grasp of English too, but I didn't get to talk to him
he does.
very much.
I have talked to him before, so yeah,
okay.
I know that. And I think that's just from his multiple tours, but also just because he's such a brilliant mind that I think he just, captures information.
God. Yeah. I don't know what's going on in there.
I was actually surprised when I met them at Mania Week in Vegas that Ishin has a pretty firm grasp of English.
Oh yeah, I did chat with him a little bit, but mostly using my broken Japanese. And he's got some like phrases. It's very sweet. He said like "Welcome to Tokyo" to me and stuff. Thank you. I did speak to Kukui very briefly.
Oh yeah, I met him in Vegas
when I was buying a t-shirt.
God, he's such a huge man, isn't he?
And I was trying to buy a t-shirt off of him in Japanese. And he's like, wait, do you speak English? And I'm like, yep. And he's like, oh, thank God. Just cracked me up.
Yeah, I went to see him in the DGUSA show in Vegas, and we were walking up the stairs back towards the casino area, and security would not let him back on the casino floor because he was wearing his mask.
Oh, no.
And because they need you on camera. And I kind of had to be like, no, this guy's a performer. He was part of the show, and they actually, they went back and forth with him a couple times, and whoever his manager was at the time, and they actually came up with a kind of an escape route for him, where they escorted him through kind of like a back channel so that he could get out without having to go through the casino. It was very funny. This like crazy nightmare demon just on a casino floor is maybe not the best look, but
no.
Yeah, cool to see that he's sticking around. I thought he was just over for King of Gate. Like, full disclosure, I'm still not entirely caught up on everything. I still have to rewatch some undercards because, like, tournament seasons like King of Gate and Rey de Parejas always get a bit like overwhelming for me because they release matches multiple times a week, and then I always say I'm gonna binge them on a weekend, but then it becomes this like huge mountain of content. So like these times a year, I'm always a little bit behind, and that's even without all the stuff I'm doing on top of that. So. So, like, if I wasn't an independent contractor and I had a full 9-to-5 job, like, my God, you'd never see me online. Which is why I appreciate all my donors and members so much. I'm not going to, like, segue into a money drive here, but thank you for everyone who has donated. But, yeah, so I am very happy with them putting King of Gate, like, every match on the network.
Yeah, it was like a trainee with a phone on a selfie stick. I think one or two of them may have been that trainee who had an exhibition match just the other day.
That was Koki Oshima. He's been around for a while. They're actually short on young boys because both of the guys who made it from the last class have debuted. That would be Kimoto and Jiro Shimbashi. So they've actually had to, like, there was the one guy that I was like, oh, who's this new kid? And it's like, it's not actually a new kid. He's a staff member. And they just put him in young boy duties. So, poor guy. Just thought he was going to be doing, like, office work and taking tickets, and they have him, like, violently getting crashed into by wrestlers.
Getting jumped on.
I do wonder how the booking changed, though, because, like, I don't think Rita was supposed to get as far as he did, but I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
Man, I love Rita's rise this year. He's so good.
Yeah, it's been awesome. And seeing him and Jackie win the Twin Gates in Osaka, I think that was either the first or the second show I've been to after
you were there for that?
Just gotten off the plane, basically, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah, that's incredible. So you were there from end of October to mid-November? Is that right?
Yes, I was. I left just before they went on their Kyushu leg of their tour, so I couldn't make it down there.
What was the first show you went to?
I went to the New Japan Super Junior Tag League show on the 1st of November, which had Yuki, Daya, and Yamato were all there.
Okay, so you got some pretty immediate exposure to Dragon Gate guys, even if you weren't at a Dragon Gate show, so that's cool.
Stunned to see Warui Yamato come out right off the bat.
Yeah, and he is such a presence when you see him live.
Oh, yeah. That was on the 1st of November, and then on the 2nd and 3rd were Dragon Gate's 2 shows at the same venue at Edion Arena.
Right, for Gate of Destiny.
Yeah, yeah.
And
so I went to both those.
Right, and that's because the main arena is being renovated right now. Right. But it seems like they're just either renovating or tearing down every arena in Japan this year in particular. I don't know why. But yeah, so you got to see Jiro Shimbashi's debut.
Oh yeah, that was a great time. Yeah, and it's been cool to see how all the older guys, the veterans, I guess, have been reacting to his bits. Mm-hmm. Like, my favorite one, I think, was he had a singles match with Susumu in Totori, and Jiro comes in and offers Susumu a fruit gift, a gift of some nice grapes, and Susumu's like, oh really, oh, and they go and shake hands and stuff, and then they both go to get out of the ring, and then I think Yagi was the ref, and he was like, no, you have to have a match.
Oh, that's great.
No, where's the match? And then okay, so they go to start the match. Susumu's like, oh, well, if I just lie down, you can just pin me, and then it's over. And then he just lays down like a log, and Jiro kind of very gingerly just kind of goes to pin him, and then Susumu immediately reverses it into another pin, and then they go and have an actual match. But it just cracked me up.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, I think the first couple matches were pretty much the same spots, but he's already switching it up and showing a lot of variety, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
At first I was thinking I hope that it's not gonna be stale if he just does this forever. And to his credit, he's a month into his career and he has already introduced new spots and new comedy bits, and he's just he's just fun.
Yeah. I took a friend with me to one of the shows who never heard of it, and he just immediately latched onto Jiro like that. He's like, this is my favorite. Gonna go get his signature during the intermission.
Yeah. Was there much of a meet and greet there then?
Yes, they do signing sessions at basically every show. Everyone except for whoever's in the first match.
Okay.
You just hand 2,000 yen over and You get to chat with them for a few minutes and get the signature, and it's daunting but very fun.
You actually got to hang out a fair bit with Gajadokuro, right?
Yes. So they're my favourites. Nishin's my number one.
I know this about you.
Yeah. Very first thing I did was figure out how to go to Ishin signings and do that, and I was just like terrified. But no, they're all such lovely people. Even like it's fun to see the heel unit be like, even though the heels are just such lovely people to talk to.
Yeah, I kind of got a bit of that, except there is a bit of separation with kayfabe. Like, several of them came to Seattle before the last Mania week, before they went to Vegas, and I went to Defy's show, and I just took a quick video that had Ho-Ho and KZ and Susumu in it, and Ho-Ho told me that Ishin couldn't be in it. Like, even if they're, even if they're touring internationally,
Right.
which I think is really interesting, because they're still maintaining kayfabe even on the road.
There's usually like with the signing sessions, there's like the face table and the heel table,
Yeah.
and the shun table.
Yeah, that was
The
the same.
table is like a third table now.
After Gate of Destiny, what was the next step for you?
The next step was to very intelligently go from Osaka up to Tokyo, then back to Kobe. Literally just did that for Dragongate. But I went to the November one on the 6th. That was also my first time at Korakuen Hall.
I remember being surprised the first time I found out that's actually like in a tower, right?
Yeah, it's like on the same grounds as the Tokyo Dome. It's on like the 5th floor of a building.
And that's definitely something I want to get to before I think there's going to be construction happening on the Tokyo Dome, like the general park area, so I want to make sure that I get to Korakuen before. I mean, hopefully they can preserve it, but I don't know if they're going to. Or they build a new one, because I know it's actually technically the second one, because there was an earthquake that really highly damaged the first one. I think that was in the same location, if I'm remembering right. What happened at that show?
That was the start of the King of Gate tournament, so they had the opening ceremony with the gigantic trophy and a few of the first time matches.
You saw that Shun versus Doi match live?
Oh yeah.
Man, that went hard.
Oh yeah, totally. I do need to rewatch it. I was very caught up in the moment.
Like every once in a while, just Doi kind of reminds everybody what he's all about.
Yeah.
That is a man who could coast for the rest of his career, and he just doesn't.
And then what else was on that show? I think Ishin and Mante was another match. Yoria and Homare as well, which was just fantastic in retrospect, knowing now that they were both not at full health. I think Kikuta and Yoshioka was the main event.
That was great, because we got this, this preview of what everyone kind of thought was going to be the end result, because everyone thought Yoshioka was gonna take the whole thing. And I love this almost like Nelson from The Simpsons haha kind of moment where you see people just relentlessly complaining about how predictable something is, and then they pull the rug out from under them, and then it's just like, oh, maybe you didn't know.
Like Genki beating Shunin just over 2 minutes the other day.
Right?
Fantastic.
And then he kicks the cameraman. That's so good. Oh my God. I love that Genki got a little bit of a story there. Did you get to meet him at all?
Not really, no. No, he's fantastic. He's really good at connecting with the crowds as well. Like, all the little kids adore him.
There's one thing about, translating and, how much English people know. Genki does something unique when he speaks English that I've never seen any other Japanese person do. You know how when you're speaking in Japanese to someone, it's customary to just be like, to kind of let them know that you're still, you're listening and you're following along. Genki does that in English, which I think is really interesting, because, usually, even if you're speaking to a Japanese person, in English, they will still do the but Genki does yeah, yes,
That's all.
I think it's adorable, and I think he has a front office job, so I think he'll still be around even when he retires. But I will be very sad when he does retire.
No, I went to that free show outside of Shin Nagata Station in Kobe on the 8th, which was the same day as the Kobe night show, and Genki was the most over with that crowd by a by a mile, just because the crowd was mostly little tiny kids.
Let's see. So was that around the time that you were on the plane with the roster?
Oh my god. So I caught a flight in the morning on the 8th from Tokyo to Kobe, just because I was like, this costs the same as the train. I don't care. Let's do it. I'm sitting at the gate, and I spot one of them. I think Ryoya goes and sits somewhere else. And I'm like, haha, that's funny. And then more of them just keep showing up to sit at the gate, and I'm like, oh my god. I get on the plane, I'm like mortified because my seat is in between Yamato and Sairio.
Oh my god.
Everyone's like asleep because they're freaking exhausted from the Doi show the night before.
I would not have been normal about that.
I was not feeling normal at all, but I kept it inside my head.
Yeah. I mean, I've met Yamato a handful of times. He's very gracious about people who, follow his career. But it's funny because meeting guys like Sairio and Susumu, they're surprised when they meet older fans.
Oh, really?
Because I've talked to both of them about following their careers since Toryumon. And when I talked to Susumu about it, it's like, oh, that's so long ago. And Sairio was very appreciative of people who have stuck around. I mentioned to him that I was a big fan of the Bicycle Brothers tag team that he had with Don Fuji, but not in so many words, but he basically said, I can't believe you remember that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you were at the show with Homare's shoulder injury, right?
Oh, yeah. That was terrifying.
Usually when they already focus on a body part that is injured, he had it taped up for so long that he had it in his profile picture on the Gouter site. So I figured that it was a worked segment, but they're still really good at making those terrifying.
It didn't click with me as I was seeing it happen that that's what was happening. So I only felt better about it when I went and rewatched the stream later. I was like, okay, it's fine.
Yeah, and the go-to that I always talk about is actually King of Gate, oddly enough, is a few years back when BB Hulk gave Jason Lee a concussion and took him out of the tournament. And then Kota Minoura replaced him during Minoura's kind of snobby, too big for his britches kind of thing, right, where he was like, I should be in the main event, I should get a second chance, and then that just happened to work for him. If you go back and watch it, even if you know that it's worked, it's still oh my god.
Yeah, no, I'm glad they got Ishin to be the one to injure, in quotation marks, Homare just because their feud has been one of my favorites this year.
Yeah, and I think they don't know how long he's out, and that's why they did that, but not long enough that he has to be out entirely, because he was there for the King of Gate finals to celebrate with Valletta.
Yeah, what a rough month, Jesus.
It's always around this time of year too. All these injuries pile up, and then it's flu season, and
yeah, poor Minoura. I think he had the flu for a bit, and then by the time he got better, he got concussed, I think.
Yeah, that's right. He had both. So
back to back. I was like, poor guy.
Unfortunate. I want to see him get a break. He's a fantastic tag guy.
Yeah, no, he's been killing it in this Triangle League.
This is just me realizing this as I go, but he's kind of a Naruki Doi successor in that he, even though he's had some fantastic runs at the top, Doi was never the singles guy that everyone talked about. But when you talk about Doi in tag teams, there are multiple tag teams where you can say he's the GOAT with that stuff. So they need that, especially in such a tag heavy promotion. That's not a detriment. That's a valuable spot that he's filling.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see where he takes things now, because especially I think he's been the one getting all the pins in this current league.
Yeah.
For Gajidoka, and he's been on the mic more, which...
Yeah, he had that promo on Korakin. So yeah, what did you do after...
One day in Kobe was freaking long, between the flight and then the train station show. I think that show was it had Fuda versus Kimura in a singles match, which was a lot of fun to see. And then there was the show at night. I skipped the Ehime show just because I couldn't figure out how to get there. And then I went to the Totori show, which I think was my first time attending a Dragongate show that wasn't live streamed. By
then, people must have started recognizing you coming to every show, right?
Yeah, yep. I think Kagetora and Kanda had said when I was at the merch table gambling on the Dorapon to get those little face clips, they said well, you're coming to a lot of shows. And I was like, let's... And that was a fun show. Kukui versus Fuda was a solid match. That was when Jackie won the main event against Kagetora.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was fantastic.
Amazing, yeah.
Jackie's a guy, like, this year in particular, he never has a bad match.
Every single time he's just doing some insane move I've never seen before in my life. Just like it's a normal workday for him.
He is starting to remind me of Masato Yoshino.
Okay.
Like, with his speed and consistency, Jackie Rita has been probably the biggest surprise tag team of the year, too.
Rita's always doing some wild stuff as well.
So, yeah, you went, to Nagoya after that?
Yeah, that was a few days later. That was UT's homecoming, and that was wonderful as well. I think Yoshiki versus Junior was the first match.
Oh, that was the one where Kato, like, folded him in half, yeah.
Yeah, no, and he got his entrance music. I just about, like, fell out of my seat. That was a really incredible match. Like, Yoshiki is, like...
I am so high on him right now. I can see him leading a heel unit in the future.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, what was after that?
UT and Takashi was the other King of Gate match. Really good to see UT, like, get his win back against Takashi, I guess.
Mm-hmm. You reconnected with Kai at that show, right?
Yeah. I think if you, like, go to everyone in a unit, they take a group photo with you. And that caught me by surprise. And, you know, Kai is lovely. He kind of, like, figured that all out for me. It was like, okay, Ishin, you stand next to him. I was like, are you sure?
Oh, yeah, you got that whole group
really
photo
good at
there.
Talking to their fans.
Did you get to interact with Jason much?
Briefly. I think I had a bit of a cold at this point, so I was, like, not operating at 100%, as well as just, like, being in another country, using another language.
The burnout is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't really talk to him or Minoru or even Kikuta as much as I would have liked to. But, no, they're all lovely.
I also... just very selfishly, I asked if you could track down that music KDP for me. Because I'm still trying to find...
My best.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. But, like, yeah, anyone listening, if you ever find a copy of the 2019 Space Gate, it's the drum and bass version by Makoto, yeah, send that my way. If by some chance, just putting this out into the ether, because I have not been able to find that anywhere. And what's going to happen is I'm either going to have to get it shipped to Ho-Ho to bring to me, or I'm going to have to go there and buy it myself.
I would also say if anyone's ever in Tokyo, the store Todokan in Sugamo is 100% worth visiting. It's full of, like, used and, like, retro merch. You can spend hours in there just going through all the, like, old CDs, old magazines. I found some Ishin acrylic stands from a few years ago, which I was stoked about. And they have, like, little Dragongate sections.
You had some interactions with Ishinriki, right?
So the main reason I went on this trip was to go to the Dosukoi show on the 16th of November, because I saw that announcement get posted on Ishinriki's Twitter account. Ishin's going to be meeting Kasai Jun for the first time. I can't not see that, so I kind of impulse arranged my trip around that show.
I mean, that's pretty insane booking anyway.
Thank you, Dad. Before that show, I squeezed in some time to go to Ishinriki's bar, and he is lovely. He is so nice. Definitely worth going to if you're in that part of Tokyo.
Now, was that show televised?
I believe there was a YouTube channel recording it, and they've uploaded the show for subscribers of their channel on a delay. They do also have, like, a digest of it, which is just, like, clips, which is also worth watching if you're interested in it at all.
What was the venue for that?
Inokashira Elementary School. So the school that Ishin went to.
Oh, no, I did hear that.
Gymnasium.
I did hear about that.
And it was the school's 70th anniversary, so it was just really special. There was lots of, like... I think the school principal was there as one of the, like, ringing the bell, I think, is what she was doing. She got to give Ishin a few chops. It was a good time.
Oh, that's great. Was Ricky lurking about at any point?
Yeah, no, he was running the merch table.
Oh, cool.
He seems to be doing well. He's doing bodybuilding these days.
Yeah, I know that, yeah. I think Jay was saying, and I don't know how in and out of kayfabe this is, but he was talking about how Ishin actually didn't like the idea of, being the Heihachi brothers, because he was always going to be attached to him, and he was able to get more independence this way. And who knows, whether they would have, like, broken them up or had them feud with each other or whatever. But the transformation of Ishin over the past few years has just been incredible.
It's been phenomenal. Like, I've been catching up hard and, like, watching almost all his matches, and it's been, like, amazing. He seems like a totally different person, and he's really grown into his role, I think. Yeah,
just watching old matches, it's like no, that's not the same person. It can't be.
Totally. Yeah, the Dosco show was amazing. It was my favorite show I went to, I think, as an Ishin fan. In that show, Ishin did 3 matches in a row. He had his tag match with him and Serarisa against Kasai and Saki.
Yeah.
And then the main event was a battle royale with everyone from the show involved, which he won.
Oh, wow. Cool.
And then after that, as he's about to do his post-main event speech, Ishinuki hops in the ring and is like, hang on, slow down. There's still someone here that you haven't surpassed yet. And then Ishin and Ishinuki have their first and last singles match.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I just found that really moving to see it happen.
That's so cool that you got to see that live.
Especially in like a venue like Ishin's primary school.
Right? Yeah.
Really great time and worth taking a look at.
That is really cool.
I was talking to Ishin's mother when she was at the bar one night, to Udako, and she went to Vegas.
Okay, first of all, what a sentence. But
yeah, no, it's whack. But yeah, no, she took a trip to Vegas last year.
Oh, I didn't realize she was there. That's really cool.
That was just so lovely to hear.
Yeah, I'll have to see if any of them show up, because I think Ishin is also going this year. I think we actually pushed past this. You did also go to the Doi show, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I finally caught up with that, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it was incredible.
I mean, it's like the entire show was just shenanigans.
Yeah.
It's very Doi to just troll everyone with the booking.
Yeah. Just about lost my mind when they like announced that X was Saito Dio.
I loved that.
Him and Doi having a big argument over whether he counts as a Saito, I think is what.
Yeah. Pretty much every match just had some kind of like inside joke.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat waiting to see how that match with Punch and Tachibana versus Hideki Suzuki and Kondo Shuji.
Oh, yeah.
The rules were kind of like no disqualification, no time limit, no
rope break,
stoppage, no nothing.
Yeah.
So I think everyone was thinking, how is this going to end? And I think Tachibana and Punch just left.
Yeah. And then and you had the All Japan referee who was just like, nope.
Yeah.
Not getting involved in this. I thought actually the standout match was Junior versus Inoue.
Oh, yeah, no, that was phenomenal.
I mean, I was telling somebody, like, did they owe each other money or something? That is, like, anyone listening, track down that match from the Doi Produce pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Mochizuki Jr. versus Inoue is just, like, one of the hardest hitting, like, rookie matches I've seen in a long time. So that opening four-way tag match that just was like a half hour of nonstop entrances and shenanigans.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing that really surprised me was when they brought out Milano Collection AT, and he can still dance his ass off.
No, he's awesome.
Either they're doing like the Magnum Tokyo dance and like the all the old choreography, and I definitely did not expect that from him. I mean, he's been retired for years, so.
He also had a bit of a spot on the New Japan House of Torture show.
Oh yeah, I haven't checked that out yet.
He came out fully dressed up with his little like fake dog collar thing.
Oh, I love that bit.
He put, I think it was Dick Togo in a paradise lock, and Dick Togo could not get out of it. They had to have the young lions wheel him out in a little cart. It was a great time.
That's really funny.
But yeah, no, Milano was awesome, and I'm glad they had him on commentary.
What was your next chronological event there?
I think we skipped over it, but I did go to the Yokosuka show the day before the Dosukoi show, and that was a good time as well, seeing, because I think no one knew what was going to happen with Minoru, and just seeing Genki like talk his way into the tournament on the spot was... Yeah. What was the show where... This is my favorite picture from your trip, and I will put this on the video. Which show was the one where you got the picture of Rita like riding Shun's back? That was... No, I think that was Totori. Yeah, that was great. It's the perfect like gremlin shot. Yeah, no, Rita's hilarious. Rita like jumped on Shun like that, and then Shun like threw Myeon at him. There's a lot of fun little comedy bits with Myeon. Oh god, that last Prime Zone where Junior came out as anthropomorphic Myeon was so good. You were at Gate of Nostalgia too, right? Yes, that was the day after Dosukoi, and that was a lot. And there was stuff I know that you were probably pretty unfamiliar with. I've been doing my best to play catch up, but it was good to like actually see a lot of things I'd only like chatted about very briefly with other people. Yeah, I'm interested
to hear your perspective because, like, I had seen a lot of. I mean, I say I saw a lot of that live, but there were times when I fell behind and then had to catch up. But I've still seen all of it at one time or another. But I'm interested to hear how a nostalgia show plays for somebody who doesn't know the history.
I think the match that hit the hardest for me was the recreation of Shonen Daya's Masquerade.
Oh my god. That was diabolical.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I couldn't believe they actually did that.
It felt like all the air in the venue leave when they were recreating that finish.
So that was something where you could kind of hear that ripple throughout the audience?
Absolutely. It was a lot of fun seeing Hyo as a heel as well.
Yeah.
Was very
that was great. No, he that look for Hyo was great. But yeah, the end of that tag match, the one thing that I kept pointing out to people was that, hey, Monte, you were okay with that. So I kind of wonder if, I know Gate of Nostalgia is basically non-canon, but they could use that to
I'd like
bridge
to see
the
if
gap a little bit.
Means anything. No, that was when Gianni did double duty as well.
Oh yeah.
Christ. That's one of the
I was wondering what they were gonna do for that, but then why not just throw him in there?
That was hilarious. I think the first match ended early, and then they had Gianni come in for the second round.
Yeah.
The Jimmy's match was very fun. I'm very entertained by them.
Yeah, definitely go back and watch as much Jimmy's as you can. They were so much fun.
Yeah.
I just got this flood of nostalgia when I was doing my disbanded video for Jimmy's, because I went back and watched a bunch of their key moments, and just it all came back to me, and I loved Jimmy's so much.
Oh yeah, that was also my first time seeing Jackson, Florida.
Oh god. Yeah, that's certainly an era. If you go back and watch some Florida Brothers, there's some of it on the network. They had some of the funniest spots I've ever seen. Have you ever seen the match where they crazy glued a chair to someone's hands so he couldn't get rid of it?
Jesus Christ. No, I don't think I've seen that.
So yeah, there's a spot where they have put glue on the sides of the chair. So he's trying to throw it out of the ring and he literally can't get rid of it, and then he gets disqualified for it. It's a lot of fun. What
a Dragongate thing to do.
Yeah. It is a very Dragongate spot.
I think it's Yoshiki won his King of Gate match against Cielo by handcuffing him to the balcony of the venue and getting a count out. Yeah. Christ. But
great
anyway,
stuff. I love that they're innovating like that.
Yep. It's great to see Jason get roped into not being a heel, but also still wearing his Gashadokuro gear.
Heavily under protest, but yes.
Yep, and seeing Shingo come out in his whole gear was an experience as well.
Okay, I need to express to you how funny it is that Shingo came back for a late-era Akatsuki match.
Oh, yeah, no, I watched your video on that.
Yeah, because it's not only were they, I wouldn't even say hated, they were just kind of whatever.
Yeah.
But not only that, but it was just they were down several members, so CyberKong joined them right at the very end. So the fact that their lineup for that was Shingo comes back just so he can have a tail end Akatsuki match is so funny.
I got pineapple juice on me from that entrance.
Oh, right, yeah.
The main event with the three-way turning into the four-way was really good time as well. I haven't seen any of those units yet because I'm still catching up on everything.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was a really good time. I really enjoyed Deep Drunkest, especially.
Yeah.
They stood out to me.
That's another unit where just nobody liked them when they were around, but they are fun in retrospect, I think.
It was a lot of fun seeing everyone wearing their old merch.
One of the things that I loved about that unit was Kanda just comes out looking like a total slob.
That's awesome.
He looks like they just picked him out of an alley somewhere, face down in a gutter.
Oh man,
he's got this dirty white tank top on, and his hair's all disheveled.
Yeah, I'm selfishly very happy that Gashadokuro won. But no, it was a really good time, and it makes me want to go back and backtrack even further than I have been, because I've only really been catching up on 2020's Dragongate, and it makes me want to step back further.
So you did some more New Japan after that, right?
Yes, so that was the last Dragongate show I saw. I went
okay.
to the New Japan House of Torture one
Right, yeah.
because I saw they'd
Because you like
announced
torturing yourself.
Shun. Oh yeah, no. I saw they'd announced Shun versus Evil, so I was like, okay, we're going to
Hmm.
that. Um, and yeah, and Shun got unmasked 2 days after his big reenactment of his
People
freaking.
online were so mad about that.
Yeah,
But, like, do you think he'd do it if he cared that much?
no, yeah. I wasn't mad about it. I was just like,
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like all these people who get mad at stuff, and I addressed this also in my Mercedes video. Everyone who's in the industry loves that they're doing this, and
yeah,
anyone who gets mad about it, they're basically playing a joke on you.
yeah. I think it was great timing for something like that.
Oh yeah, like there's so much lore behind that, and then just to have evil just be like, nope.
Yeah. I think Evil came out in an overmask as well.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's basically what House of Torture is. They're just nonstop trolling.
Yeah.
I have not caught
But
up with
yeah.
that show yet.
It also cracked me up that Shun versus Evil was the first match.
Yeah.
Because the matches were in random order for that show. And I think a lot of people were expecting that to be either the main or the semi-main.
Yeah, why not? So this was nearing the end of your trip, right?
Yes, I went to one other New Japan show, and then I went to the opening of All Japan's Tag League.
Oh, cool. I am getting a little more interested in All Japan, especially their junior division lately. But a lot of it is just like like you said, it's harder to get into a second thing. So
Yeah,
I don't have a whole lot of time as it is. Like I'm already backed up on some Dragongate stuff, so I
yeah.
would love to catch up with All Japan. I'd love to catch up with Stardom. I'd love to watch more Noah. I just I
Yeah.
don't have the
There
time.
was so much wrestling.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why I had to drop a lot of North American stuff because like
Yep.
as much as I appreciate what AEW is doing and how much incredible talent they have, it's like I can't spend the 6 to 8 hours a week watching it.
Yeah, you have to pick and choose, and it's painful at
Yeah.
times.
So I try to dip in when I can. You know what a lot of it is though, and I've expressed this before, is a lot of my sentiment against North American wrestling specifically is when it's on TV. I really don't like the format of scheduling everything around commercials. It takes me out of
Yeah.
it every time. Even if you're watching one of the Triller streams where it includes that part, it's still like,
Yeah,
oh, well, they're gonna stop trying for 3 minutes.
yeah. The upside of that is you get some entertaining commentary out of it. But
Yeah, yeah.
I will say I appreciate that Dragon Gate and All Japan have intermissions in the shows.
Yeah.
I will say that the hype about Korakuen Hall is real. Like, it is a phenomenal venue, and I'd recommend going there to anything just to see something in that venue.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's-
that's kind of a situation where there's not really a bad seat in the house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when you're like way up the back like I was, you can still see everything.
And then if you're watching a match with a heel unit, they're going to come to you anyway.
Yeah. Or Takashi.
Right.
Takashi and Kuroshiro were one of the tag teams in the All Japan Tag League, and they
Oh, right. I think you posted something about how, Kuroshio almost fell into you, but not quite.
yeah, that was at the Doi show. He fell on the person sitting next to me. All Japan will be interesting to keep up with now, especially with Kajidoka doing their thing, and Yoshiki especially.
So how did you generally get around? Was it by bus or train or what?
Bit of everything. Domestic flights are quite cheap, so I used those between Osaka and Tokyo just because it was like half the price of the Shinkansen. Yeah, it's worth looking around for domestic flights and highway buses. If you're not allergic to sleeping on buses, they do run overnight buses between larger cities. I will say it's very worth trying to go to the signing sessions.
Yeah.
Even if your grasp on Japanese is not there, they will still be lovely to you and melt your heart.
Yeah, and so you came home with a ton of merch.
Oh, yes.
Well, thank you for joining me on this, and I wanted to get sort of ground level fan perspective from someone who had experienced their tour themselves. And
Thank you for having me.
where can we find you?
I'm on Blue Sky mainly, and I use Twitter only in Japanese. I've banned myself from using English on Twitter.
That's for the best, yeah.
And I do have my NeoCities blog, which is not a good point of contact, but
Well, yeah, I will link that article for anyone who wants a little more detail. All right, thank you for joining me.
Sweet as. No, thank you.
Thank you to all my contributors, that guy from AK, Dan Williams, Art, Lowest, Adam Sanderson, One Funky Note, Lino Noakacha, Rain Go Wah, Jade Sawmill, Kiso Dip, and Sai, as well as all my previous Ko-fi donors. If you have not subscribed yet, there's a button down below. You know what to do.